Hello, and you're listening to the Tiny Vet Podcast. I'm Dr. Nicole Sue, a veterinarian, and I have my partner,
Comedian Jez Watts. It's good to be back. It's 2 years since the last Tiny Vet episode, the 12th year of Nicole and my relationship. The year of our Lord, 2025, is when I'll finally be locking this tiny vet down into the bonds of holy matrimony, assuming, of course, we can agree on the wording of the prenuptial agreement she has rightly insisted upon. How are you, my little love?
I'm okay.
What are we talking about? Our first episode back in 2 years.
Easter is coming up, so we are talking about dogs and the holidays.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah. When is Easter?
Oh, it's in like 2 weeks.
All right. Well, now I've got to start releasing these.
Oh, no.
I was hoping we would get like a bank of 10 and then I'd put them out in a nice schedule.
Well, this will work for any holiday. Like Easter, Christmas. I'm serious. Okay. Easter, Christmas.
That's fine. All right. At the time of recording, Easter's coming up, and now I really do have to get these out. I think also our schedule is changing to fortnightly, just in case anyone's interested. But yeah, I reckon they're going to be out in a couple of weeks now. All right, let's talk about Easter.
So dogs and holidays, there's a lot of problems that come with it.
Okay. Oh, yes, I know about this, yeah.
Yeah, and people, I think, don't often prepare in advance. It just happens and they're like, oh no. So like with holidays, there's a few issues that we have. So one, anxiety. So
dogs get anxious?
The dogs get anxious.
I thought, wouldn't they like people being around?
Not always.
Okay.
Yeah, sometimes they get anxious when people come over. We have a much higher incidence of just anxious dogs nowadays, I feel.
In general?
In general.
Yeah, I think it's also a higher incidence of anxious people.
Yeah. So that may be correlated.
Yeah, I feel like dogs are upset at how many billionaires there are.
Yeah, but now even like the golden retrievers are anxious, and you're like, oh my god.
Yeah, okay.
When did this happen? Yeah, there's nothing that says more the gradual decline of civilization when now the golden retrievers are anxious.
Yeah.
So
the chillest of all dogs. Are like, something is wrong.
It's not going well.
Yeah.
So visitors, fireworks, if that is a holiday. Yeah.
I mean, there's no Easter fireworks, but I don't think. Are there?
I have no idea.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, but I mean, there's some fireworks sometimes.
I guess change in routine, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. And so really for anxiety or these kind of things, like be prepared.
It's like what, with like the dog calming spray and
so Adaptil.
Yeah,
so Adaptil, that's a dog calming spray. That's a really, really good one.
Yeah.
And Adaptil works well with other modalities. So I always go on about crate training with dogs, where you teach a dog that their crate is their bedroom and that's safe for them.
Yeah.
And that works really well with Adaptil, the dog calming spray, because you can spray the inside of the crate with it. Yep. And if your dog's not crate trained, you can have a separate room with enrichment. So you can set them up in their own little room when guests are over, and they can have food puzzle toys.
If you have extra rooms,
the bathroom, I guess. Laundry.
I don't know. I feel like putting them. I don't know. It's maybe not how animals think of it, but I always feel mean putting an animal in a bathroom. Like we've had to do that from time to time.
Oh yeah.
And I always feel like it's rude.
I don't think they know it's a bathroom.
I know.
I mean, some of them like watching you pee.
I feel like my experience has been that most animals don't seem to like being in like, tiled environments or whatever. But yeah, set them up with their own room.
Yeah, separate room with enrichment, so food puzzle toys, stuff like that.
Yeah.
But also
give them an option that's not like a common area.
Yeah, exactly. And if they want to hang out, fantastic. But sometimes they just don't want to, or it's just too much for them.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, and that is just, I think, a recipe for disaster, especially if you have like people around that are not used to animals.
Yeah.
And then you can't read the body language. You can start to get. One that you do need to prepare for is if you think your pet might need short-term anxiety medication. So essentially sedatives.
Yeah, okay.
So because we have people that call up and go, I have people coming over tomorrow, my dog needs sedative. And I'm like, all right, well, are you a patient here? No. I'm like, well, then we have to see your pet before we can legally prescribe medication.
Yeah.
And guess what? If it's one day before the holidays, we are probably booked out. So that's where you really want to prepare, even a couple of months in advance so you can test run.
Sure.
The medication, short-term anxiolytics, sedatives, all that do vary a lot from individual to individual.
This is probably a silly question. Would a weed gummy work for a dog?
Yes, but not how it works for sedation.
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah,
but
if you
sometimes
couldn't get in to see a vet, you could give them a weak gummy, maybe.
A side effect is
We're
uncontrollable.
now not sponsored by anyone, so I can suggest that.
Uncontrollable urination.
What's that?
A side effect is uncontrollable urination.
Oh, that's no good.
Yep. Oh, we see them in for toxicities. One, you can totally tell they're high, which is quite funny.
Yeah.
But sometimes they can't tell that they're peeing.
Oh.
Yeah, so it's not a good alternative.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. If you give a dog a weed gummy, you also have to fit them with a diaper.
Yep.
Okay.
Anyway.
Good to know.
What we normally use, things like gabapentin, which is a type of pain relief medication, but also does have sedative effects if you're giving it short term.
Yep.
Those wear off if you give them long term. Trazodone is another one that's pretty common. And it can work well, but you can also use them in combination.
Yeah, okay.
So you can use like a little bit of gabapentin, a little bit of something else. So it can take some time before you get the right combo for your dog.
That's sort of true for meds for people as
yeah,
well,
exactly,
you know?
for psychoactive medication.
Yeah, definitely. Like, it was a year and a half process for me to find stuff that calmed me down but didn't like mess my life up.
Yeah. And so it is worthwhile, if you haven't done it before, test running potential analytics with your pet, and just talking to your vet about it as well. Have a conversation.
I guess that's like all medicine in a way. It's like you want to be proactive. You want to be you want to do stuff with lead time and not like wait till it's a problem.
Yeah. And I think also understanding what these medications are is not like, oh, the chill pill. I'm like, there's no one chill pill. Right. There's always ups and downs of it, dosage, your dog, how old your dog is, what kind of anxiety they have. Are they the really obsessive type, where their mind doesn't stop turning over, or are they just like fear?
Yeah, okay. I'm the obsessive type, you're the fear.
That's nice.
That's the anxieties we have.
Yeah, what a nice thing to learn halfway through a podcast record.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like 12 years in you should know that, but that's it. Yeah, those are very different. Like our anxieties manifest in very different ways.
And same with dogs as well. So that is definitely something that is so worthwhile to prepare ahead for. So that's really what you can prepare ahead for. But other things that you can have in mind, so things like tummy upsets.
Oh yes, because they people who are there are feeding them from a table.
Yep.
All that kind of stuff. We had our friend's cat Trevor staying with us, and we had. I think we didn't do it on Thanksgiving, right? We did maybe for Christmas.
It was Christmas.
So Nicole made it to turducken, which is insane, and took her 3 days of work. But then we had just so much turkey and turducken left over that Trevor, the cat staying with us, gained a bunch of weight from extra turkey.
Yeah.
I don't think he had any stomach problems. But,
no, he was fine. I was careful.
But that's like a regular.
Really
it's a regular thing in holidays that. Animals just end up eating a bunch of extra stuff and things they don't normally eat because people are having holiday food.
Yeah.
And then, diarrhea, upset tummies, whatever.
He was fine, but also, like, my hot tip for, like, oh my God, he ate so much from the table, just reduce their regular meals.
Oh, that's
like, that's a really easy thing you can do after the fact.
Yeah, okay.
We're like, half dinner tonight, half dinner tomorrow night.
Yeah,
that kind of thing. So, like, that's a really easy tip that I think a lot of people don't think about. So it's something I often tell people, don't worry too much about it. Or they'll go, we live in a multi-person household. It's really hard to control who feeds and what.
Sure.
So that's one of my things. Like, if you go, bad things have been done today, you get less dinner. Other more serious things, so like food allergies that can cause flare-ups, skin problems. Gut problems as well, so that might be something that you have to talk to with your guests if they do come over. But also some dogs can suffer something called pancreatitis. So their pancreas gets inflamed if they have too much high-fat food.
Yeah, okay.
And that can actually land you in the ER because it's horrendously painful. So those are a little bit more serious.
Humans also can get that?
Humans can also get pancreatitis. Yeah, for a while I was actually suspicious I was giving myself pancreatitis.
Based on your diet, I was about to suggest. Yeah, that makes sense.
And also just other stuff that dogs should have. So we all know chocolate. Surprising number of people don't know that dogs can have grapes.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I've had someone come in and like, oh yeah, he eats a lot of grapes. I'm like, oh my God, please, no.
Did I read somewhere, is this wrong? Can some dogs have chocolate? Or like,
the tolerance.
But actually most of them can't, but some can have some.
Yeah, the tolerance, exactly.
You should assume they can all not have it because
same with
you don't
grapes.
want to kill a dog.
Like, there are some dogs where like a couple of grapes can send them into like kidney failure.
Yeah.
And
whoa.
Yeah, it's a really big thing, but you don't know who can do that.
Okay, so no chocolate, no grapes.
No grape or sultanas or anything. And there's some dogs that are just fine with it, but you just don't know who's who, and you don't want to find out that way. So yeah, some people just grapes, really weird, and especially in Australia, heat. As well.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So like, make sure that if it is hot and there are people and your dog likes people, maybe don't let him be with the people in case he gets heat stroke and collapses, because that's really
Well, I think particularly if you're doing things outside or whatever.
Yeah,
I guess that comes back to having a good environment where, like, here's a room that's cool that you can go to. Yeah. Okay, makes sense.
Preparation's key. Think about it first, what you're doing and how it is going to affect your dog personally.
Yeah.
So with not just any dog, but your dog in itself. And that is my key to having a stress-free holiday where you do not have to pay emergency ER fees during a public holiday. No one likes that.
The Tiny Vet Podcast is independently produced.
To support us, go to patreon.com/tinyvetpod. Please like and subscribe. Hug your pets!